Hi, I'm Jenna Newman with Newman's Dog Training, and welcome back to our video series. If you haven't yet, download your free ebook today, 4 Steps to Behavior Modification. Today we're going to go over rewards. In order to have a behavior repeated, it must be reinforced, and once you stop reinforcing it, the behavior will weaken. And rewards can come in many shapes and sizes. It can be food, it can be play, it can be affection. The most important thing to remember is that what is reinforcing is 100% up to the learner, which is your dog, and it is not what you want to reinforce them with. So let's take, for example, your grandma loves raisins and you hate raisins, but every time you do something good, she is so excited to give you raisins. It is not reinforcing to you. In fact, you kind of hate whenever she rewards you because you hate the reward. The learner always gets to choose what is reinforcing. And every dog is different. Different things make different dogs happy, and based on different circumstances. Your dog could want something in the house when nothing's going on, but they may not want it whenever there's a big distraction. It is our job to pay attention and make sure we have the right reinforcement when teaching a new behavior. So let's talk about different reinforcement options. Food is the easiest. Every single dog has to eat to survive. And so some dogs are very food motivated, and some we have to find the right treat to get them to do what we want whenever they are in different environments. Now, every dog will have food in the right circumstances that is reinforcing. There are also different levels of treats. And so think about the most boring level is probably their kibble, the breakfast and dinner that they eat. They like it, they love it, but it's not that motivating. And then we get the store-bought treats, that they have a little more flavor, they're a little more exciting. And then we have the mother of all greatness treats. We got the chicken, the cheese, the steak. So when teaching new behaviors, we need to decide which treat we need for this moment. If we are inside the house with no distractions, then most of the time that kibble works. But if we are working in a high distracted area, then we definitely need to pay the dog more and up that ante and use those high value treats. Because if there's not a reason for them to choose us over the distraction, then the distraction is now more rewarding than we are. Another good example of a reinforcer is a tennis ball. Our dog Barry, he loves treats in the house. When we are outside of the house, he will take a treat, I feel like for us. He really doesn't want the food, but if we have a tennis ball, he will do absolutely anything we say and will stick to us because we have that ball. And sometimes you end up with a dog that is just so social that playing with other dogs is the top of all reinforcement. And we can still use this to our advantage. If you have friends that have dogs and they like to play with, you can have a training session, and when they do it right, let them go play. And then get their attention back on you, ask them for whatever you're trying to teach them, and then let them go play. And some dogs, I have found very few dogs, but some dogs actually like praise and attention for the reward. A lot of dogs, I see that they want praise and attention for cuddle time and for comfort, but when we're trying to train behaviors, I've found that most dogs are not motivated enough by the affection to learn a new behavior. With that being said, though, you can still reward a dog with praise and attention after they know a behavior. And I get asked all the time, well, Jenna, when do we stop using treats when training dogs? The short answer is never, but the key is turn into a slot machine, which this is the backbone of positive reinforcement. If we don't know when we're going to get the reward, we don't know how much we're going to get, but we know that we are going to get it eventually, we keep playing the game. And it's no different with dog training. If we stop reinforcing them, then they're going to stop playing the game and stop doing what we ask. And the last thing we're going to touch on is our timing. It is so important that we are giving them the reward after the behavior has happened. We don't want to show them the treat and then ask for a behavior, because now the ball's in their court and they can weigh their options whether or not they want to listen. But if it's in your pocket or on the counter and they don't know that you have it, now we really are a slot machine. They are doing what we ask in hopes that we have that treat. And whenever they do the behavior, if we give them a treat right away, they are more likely to perform the act even faster because they'll get the reinforcement faster. Another reason it's important to give the treat right away after they've done a behavior is it really pinpoints for them why they're getting the treat. So if we ask them to sit and then we mess around in our pocket to get the treat, and they've already stared off at some squirrels, and then they get a treat, we're really giving them a treat for staring at a squirrel. And that was not the intention of that treat delivery. So make it a goal whenever you're giving a dog a treat for the reward or throwing the ball or anything, get it to them within 3 seconds of the behavior completed. And the easiest way to do this is be prepared. Have your hand in your pocket with the treat already in your hand, or have the treats on the counter close by for you to grab really quick and hand to them. The most important thing is make sure that your dog is enjoying training. We don't want this to be a punishment for them, and we don't want them to be burnt out. We want a happy dog willing to participate and coming back for more every day. Follow along to our next video where we will talk about how to maintain these new behaviors. And as always, if you have any trouble or have any questions, we are happy to help you.